Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports MLB Rundown picks and predictions for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, got to recap the previous day's results. On the day, we are currently 4-5. We have one game left ongoing. I'm assuming the Astros are going to lose. The current score is 6-1. We are headed to the top of the eighth inning, and the Yankees are winning. So my best result would be no more runs are scored, and I push on the day at 5-5. We'll find out. So first, I will recap these games. Then we'll get on to the picks we got for tomorrow. First game, Toronto Blue Jays on the road at the Cincinnati Reds. Good Lord, were there a lot of runs scored here. Final score, Toronto 12, Cincinnati 9. This one, for half an inning, was an absolute blowout. Top of the second inning, Toronto was winning 8-1. Then Cincinnati answered. At the end of the second inning, it was 8-6. They traded runs basically the rest of the way. Final score 12-9. Cincinnati actually out-hit Toronto 15-12, but they just did not get the big hits when it mattered most, and Toronto wins the game. Next game we had was the White Sox. Took them plus 125 on the money line and the over of 9.5 runs. This Minnesota team is very, very bad at baseball. This game is still going on. It is 12-3 in the top of the ninth inning with the White Sox winning. White Sox have 12 runs on 13 hits. That's very, very, very good. Twins, 3 runs on 7 hits. They are going downhill very quickly. Both of these teams are going to be bad for a long time. So, as a Guardians fan, that is great. Our losers. We have the Marlins minus 105. I also took the over of 8.5 runs. Both of these were no bueno. Final score here, Miami 2, Washington 5. Just nothing going on the Miami offensive side. 4 hits for 2 runs. Meanwhile, Washington 10 hits for 5. And they got them all off of the starting pitcher, Adam Mazer. 6 innings, 10 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 0 walks. Then he came out, did nothing to the bullpen, and that was the game. I thought this over had a shot because it was 2-5 in the bottom of the 5th. No, I'm sorry, bottom of the 4th inning. Then they didn't score a single run for the rest of the game. So that is how we lose that one. Now we get to the most frustrating loss of the day. Guardians, plus 1.5. The handicap was 100% correct on the the side. Under never stood a chance, though. Guardians, they had, at one point in this game, a 7-5 lead. They went down 5-1 early. Then they score 6 runs in the top of the 6th inning. 3 home runs. Austin Hedges, David Fry, Brian Rocchio. I can guarantee you that never happens ever again. It should never happen. Austin Hedges is hitting 130. David Fry is hitting 160. Brian Rocchio is hitting like 230. You should never be giving up home runs to those guys. But Garrett Crochet did. The problem here, it was 7-7, bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs, guy on first base. Stephen Vogt comes out, takes out Hunter Gaddis, puts in Cade Smith, our closer, to get 4 outs. He gives up back-to-back singles. The Red Sox score 4 runs. Guardians lose the game 11-7. I blame Emmanuel Clase. I blame Ortiz. We suck. This just about kills all playoff chances we had. Boston's going to run away with the wild card spot. The Guardian season is done. All right, then we still have the one game going on. We have the Astros plus 100. That's not hitting. The score is still 6-1, top of the 8th. And we have the under 7.5. So if no more runs are scored, I go 5-5. But as of right now, we are 4-5. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, first game we got, it is the Athletics on the road at the Cardinals. Game 1 of this series saw a low-scoring Cardinals win, 2-1. I think we're going to see something opposite in Game 2. I'm going to take the Athletics minus 110. I'm going to take the over of 8.5 runs. Main thing here, I'm fading Matthew Liberatore. This dude has not been good recently at all. Minimum of 3 runs given up in each of his last 4 starts, and he is not going far into games at all. Recent starts, 5 innings pitched, 9 hits, 3 earned at Cincinnati. 4 innings pitched at Tampa Bay, 4 runs. 5 innings pitched at Miami, 3 runs. 4 innings pitched at Colorado, 3 runs. He's just not going deep. The most he's gone is 5 innings in his last 9 starts. He is getting absolutely shelled. He's given up a minimum of 1 home run in each of his last 5 starts. He's walked a minimum of 2 in his last 2 starts. This dude's getting rocked. Jeffrey Springs, also really not that good recently. His most recent starts, he's given up 3, 1, 5, 4, 1, 1, and 2. He is, however, going a bit farther into games. He went 6, 6, 6, 5 and 2/3, 5 and 1/3. So he's going deep. I think both these pitchers are bound to get hit, so I will take the Athletics bounce back game. I think they actually have the better lineup, so I'll take them minus 110 and the over. All right, next game we got, I'm going to run back the Marlins. Even though they screwed me today, I'm going to take a minus 1.5 at plus 120 on the run line. Also going to rock the over of 8.5 runs. Mitchell Parker going for the Nationals, 7 and 15 with almost a 6 ERA. This dude's been getting clobbered in his most recent starts. He's given up 3, 6, 5, 5, 4, and 8 runs in his last 6 starts. Absolutely wrecked. He's given up 2 home runs in back-to-back starts, minimum of 1 home run in each of his last 6. His strikeout stuff has not been there. He struck out at most 4 batters in 11 of his last 12 starts. His walks have been horrible. Now, on the other side of the ball, Yuri Perez, his most recent start, he did not make it out of the first inning, giving up 5 earned runs, 0 and 2/3 pitched. But if you go a wee bit farther back, he's actually not pitching horrible. Gave up 2 to Toronto, 1 to this very St. Louis team. They're playing the Nationals. We're off of St. Louis. Gave up a 1 to St. Louis, 4 to Cleveland, 5 to Atlanta, 0 to New York, 1 to Milwaukee. So overall, he's the much better pitcher. I like the Marlins in a bounce back spot. They're calling up some young talent. Jacob Marcy batting second. I saw him play in Cleveland in person. That dude can hit a baseball. He's hitting 329 so far. He's going to be a problem. So I will take the Marlins on the run line and the over 8.5 runs. Next game we got, I will take the Cubs also on the run line at plus 125. I'm going to rock the over 8.5 runs. This is me doing 2 things. 1, fading Bryce Elder, who is very inconsistent with a 5-9, 5.85 ERA. And also backing Cade Horton, who has been electric. 9-4, 2.92 ERA. Only his first year in the league. Cade Horton, his most recent starts, he has given up 2 earned, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4. Ridiculous stuff. So in his last, how many innings has that pitched? 22 innings pitched. He's given up a total of 4 runs. You can extend that technically all the way back to the middle of July. 37 innings pitched. He's given up 4 total runs. Ridiculous stuff from Cade Horton. This Cubs team should be able to get to Bryce Elder. I don't trust Elder at all on the mound. Most recently been pitching good, but he also can get shelled. August 19th, he gave up 8 runs to the White Sox. August 8th, he gave up 5 runs to Miami. July 27th, 2 2/3 innings, gave up 8 runs to the Rangers, gave up 9 runs to the Phillies earlier this season. If his stuff is off, he's going to get absolutely clobbered. This Cubs lineup should be able to hit the ball out. Give me the Cubs. Give me the over. Next game we got, it is the Mariners on the road at the Red Hot Rays. I will take the Rays, plus 120 on the money line. I will also take the under 8.5 runs. George Kirby going for the Mariners, 8-6, 3.95 ERA. Going up against Adrian Hauser for the Rays, 7-4, 2.85 ERA. Hauser has been lights out. All but 2 of his last starts. Gave up 1 to Washington, 0 to San Francisco, 4 to St. Louis. He did have a bit of a rough stretch towards the end of July, beginning of August, giving up 5 to LA, 3 to Chicago, 3 to Pittsburgh. But prior to that, this dude's been a beast. 1 to Toronto, 0 to Colorado, 0 to San Francisco, 1 to Kansas City. If his stuff is on, you are simply not hitting him. It's mostly a fade of this Mariners team, though. This is this part of the season where they've had to turn it on and actually start winning games. They have not done that. They've lost the first 2 games this series against the Rays. They lost the series outright against the Guardians. They did beat the Padres. They beat The Athletics, they got swept by the Phillies. They lost the series to the Mets. They're just not playing good baseball recently. Eugenio Suarez hasn't done a damn thing since being back in Seattle. I don't trust the bats in the lineup. I don't trust their closers at all. Give me the Rays. They're the hotter team with the better pitcher. Let's go. Finally, I'm going to take the White Sox again. Why are the Twins a minus 200 favorite? Have they watched Twins baseball recently? They got absolutely clobbered today. Final score of that game ended up being, hello? It was 12-3 in that game. Why are they laying any bit of a number? Makes no sense. White Sox in the over. You have Yoendrys Gomez going for the White Sox, 3-2, 5.20 ERA. Going against Zebby Matthews, 4-4, 5.06 ERA. I don't even think I have to really break this one down. Why are the Twins this big of a favorite? It makes no sense. Zebby Matthews' most recent starts, he's given up 2, 4, 2, 3, 5. And you're going to tell me that dude is laying a number. This Twins team has all but quit for the season. Their last 10 games, they're 3-7. Division record, they're 18-24. The division isn't good. The White Sox are horrible. The Guardians really ain't doing anything. The Royals are basically 500. The only team that's actually decent is the Tigers. You should never, ever be at jeopardy of being swept by the White Sox. And they are. They lose game 1. They lose game 2. There's only 2 games left. If you lose a 4-game series, let alone get swept by the White Sox, that is grounds for selling your team. But give me the White Sox. Give me the over. I think they are currently playing better baseball. All right, I'm going to do one quick score check on that New York-Houston game. Hopefully no one scored. Oh. All right, well, the Yankees scored. What'd they do? Jazz Chisholm has homered twice this game. Good God. Top of the second, Jazz, 2-run dinger. Top of the 5th, Trent Grisham hits a grand slam. Top of the 8th, Jazz, solo shot. We lose our under 7.5. Existence is pain. I go 4-6. All right, well, goodbye, money. That's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.